Hello and welcome to The Mill. I am one of your hosts, Dusty Crane, and that is what I would like to talk to you about this week. Now, you may have noticed if you're a regular watcher that I have not had the ability to do a video in a while. And the unboxing last week or the week before or whenever this airs would have been the last thing I shot, and before that probably not a month before that. And so ultimately this is, without bearing the lead, my farewell. I wanted to take a second just to explain to you kind of what went into me reaching this conclusion, and ultimately how it was received, and just kind of reflect back on what a journey it was. So if you'll indulge me, then probably be a little bit shorter video, or knowing me, I'll promise you a shorter video and it'll end up being a long one, but we won't know until we get started, right? The why of it, I guess, is probably important, and the why is that life happens and nothing stays the same, and that's ultimately what happened here. I've taken on more responsibility at work. I've been very busy, and my life at home has changed. My kids are growing up. They've gone off to college and moved home and gone off to college, and they've gotten jobs, and they've taken bigger roles as they reach the end of their high school years. And my girls are going to be juniors, and Josh is a senior in college, and so a lot of stuff is changing, and I want to be present for it. I don't want to avoid attending an event because I have to film a video, and while I know you guys are very forgiving, it's also been just impossible to kind of keep up with everything going on. And so I decided to step into a role that was once familiar but now very foreign, and that is from the outside looking in. And and ultimately it's a good thing, but I'll be honest with you, I am a little bit sad in filming this. I'm not exactly sure where I go from here in terms of the end of this video, but also just what that looks like. I mean, I guess I will be at Gen Con this year. I'll be helping out the Meeple Source folks and telling you guys all about Stonemaier Games, and in that regard, not much is going to change at all. I still I haven't been as present in the social media, but I hope to have that opportunity again to talk with y'all and hear about what you're excited about. And for the first time in a while, like, not know either, and be able to be excited. I started to read the design diaries for Vantage that Jamie's been sharing in the Vantage newsletter and in the Vantage Facebook group, and I'm excited. I mean, like, the diary, the most recent one that came out, was talking about like how the game starts, and you have this card 101 or 100 in front of you, and basically your ship is going down. You got an escape hatch. You're going to roll some dice, and you're going to end up in very likely very different places on the planet than your other survivors of this crash, and just the way Jamie describes it, and how it's kind of a first-person board game, as someone who probably more closely identifies as a video gamer, I'm really excited about this. So just reading that design diary, and it being completely new to me, not something that I haven't proofread it, I haven't seen any of it, I wasn't part of any of the play testing. There's a very real part of me that was a little sad and jealous that I wasn't a part of that, and then another part of me that's like, this is fun. It's fun to speculate. It's fun to guess. It's fun to wonder about what that stuff is going to look like. And so, just like a lot of changes in life, I'm finding that some stuff is hard to let go of, and other stuff that you didn't expect to be as much fun again is. And so you kind of roll with the punches, and even though this was a choice I made, no one pushed me out, it wasn't a matter of you're not contributing, and to that end, I just want to I really want to give it up for Carol and Molly, who've done an excellent job of when their role was originally just to help me. They were so willing to do so, and I appreciate them so much. And getting to know them has been one of the great joys of taking on co-hosts, and the opportunities that have arisen as a result of my involvement in the mill. Jamie inviting us out to Geekway, not just me but my son, and inviting inviting us out to Design Day, and like being a part of Gen Con, and sharing just everything that I find awesome about Stonemaier Games and enjoy. It's been an absolute blast. And so stepping away from something that you enjoy so much it's wrought with complex emotions, and I'm so grateful for the journey. I'm so grateful for every opportunity. I'm grateful for those of you who've sent me messages, or we've talked in Discord, or before Discord talked on Facebook Messenger, and all the stories we've shared through the years. Like it means so much. And like one of the experiences I had at Gen Con, where someone came up and was like, told me really that the mill meant a lot to them, and that meant a lot to me. And so you really don't kind of realize what you have going until maybe you don't have it going anymore, or until you actually have time to slow down, and it's not about what's next. It's about reflecting on the journey that's now behind you. Again, fraught with complex emotions. There's a part of me, very real part of me, that wants to just put the brakes on the whole thing and be like, no, I'll be back, I'll find the time, I'll make the time. But that time is not now. Now, this does not mean that this is the last you'll see of me. So Carol and Molly have both indicated, and just so you know, I've asked them, this is their show now, and ultimately they're gonna do, me being too introverted for this role probably. You've already started to see those videos of talking to Stonemaier ambassadors, talking to people about the games that they love from Stonemaier. I just, Carol and Molly are going to be able to do things with the mill that I just did not have it in me to do. Just like I can't tell you how many times a week I'd talk with Jamie, and would have email correspondence back and forth, and some of it most of it being related to the games and stuff like that, but some of it we've gone through over I started this when we were doing My Little Scythe, and there's been a lot of change in my life since I started doing the mill. There's been change in Jamie's life since we started doing the mill, and so we kind of, I kind of reached out to him when things happened. When his dad passed, when Biddy passed, when he moved in with Megan, and they got a place together. Like these milestones that are like big milestones, and I got to share it with somebody that I respect, and has really. Maybe I'm tossing the word around too freely, but has been a great friend to me. And so, that feels, that feels a little bit like, that's by the wayside, a bit too. But, again, that's every bit as much, about me and, how little time I've had available, but I really don't want to focus on that. I'm very excited for Molly and for Carol and what they're going to bring to the mill and the plans that they have. We still talk regularly when I'm available to talk, but they're great ambassadors to Stonemaier, and so I'm really looking forward to being able to watch the mill and it being a surprise too, and not knowing what's coming. It's like, again, it's the good with the bad, and I'm gonna miss sitting in front of you guys. But Molly and Carol have said, I'm welcome to come back whenever I want, when life gets not crazy again, when I have the opportunity. So I'm not gonna say this is it, but like, this is very much gonna become their show, and the stuff that they want to cover, just like it was the stuff that I wanted to cover and the stuff I wanted to do, when I had time to do it. So yeah, I hope y'all show up for them the way you showed up for me, and support them the way you supported me. I know it means the world to them. Drop your comments, like, even give them the likes when you like the video, but just make a comment about the video, the work that they're doing. I think until you sit down and try to produce something regularly on a regular schedule, like, it's kind of easy to take it for granted and being like, yo, they're just talking at a camera, it's nothing. And sometimes it is. Like this, I mean, I didn't play in this, I just kind of knew that I wanted to express my gratitude and kind of give you guys a rundown of the fact that I'm stepping away. And it's there are also weeks where the work is just tremendously difficult, and you might have a technical difficulty and lose a video, or something's out of focus, and it's frustrating, and you question yourself, and there's a whole lot more that goes on than what's just in front of the camera. And so yeah, I'm grateful for the trip. I'm grateful for all the opportunities that I was afforded, all of the wonderful people that I've met, for the stuff that I got to do with Stonemaier, for the stuff I got to do with y'all. It's gonna always be a highlight and a time in my life that I'm never gonna forget. It made a pretty big impression on me, and just reminds me that sometimes stepping out of your comfort zone and agreeing to something that you have no clue what you're doing, sometimes that fruit is very sweet, and it is a learning curve. But when you have the right people around you and the right people rooting for you, it's pretty special. And so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this now. If you have any questions, I'll keep an eye on the comments for a while. And I'm gonna try and be in the Stonemaier Discord more, try and be in the Facebook group more. But if I've learned anything the past couple of months, is that I can't make promises, because you just never know. Life has other ideas, work has other ideas. There's a lot of stuff that you don't have control over, and so yeah, you'll still see me around from time to time, and it's mostly going to be Molly and Carol, and I'm excited about it. I think they're going to do a tremendous job. They have done a tremendous job, and I don't know if they ever felt beholden to do things a certain way because that's the way I did it. But if that was the case, then we're certainly going to see them getting more comfortable with the idea that this is their show to mold, and this is their thing to do what they want to do with. And I'm psyched for them. I'm happy for them. I'm excited to join y'all in just guessing and looking forward to what comes next from Stonemaier. As of this recording, we still have Rolling Realms coming out this year. But man, am I right now, like, ever since Codename Wild, before it was announced as Vantage, just the inspiration being Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, I realize the theme is nothing like that now. Never did I ever harbor the idea that it would be a Zelda game. But Wild was always something that I was really looking forward to. And, like, wouldn't you know that Jamie would get it into this state and ready for release fairly shortly, right before after I have announced my intentions and will no longer get those early copies. Oh, I did it to myself. So I'll be one of those day one pre-orders with y'all, and really looking forward to the promise of Vantage, and looking forward to those newsletters that kind of break it down, and just kind of tease what is to come. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. I used the H word. Jamie hates the word hype, but I'm not operating in official capacity anymore, or unofficial official capacity, or official unofficial capacity. I'm hyped for Vantage, and now I can say it. Worst Jamie can do is fire me, right? Nope. It was always a sponsorship deal. I was never a direct hire anyway. That would be probably a conflict of interest, don't you think? In any case, in absolutely any case, thank you so much for whether you just happen to catch this and this is your first video. What a weird one for you to sit through. But if you've been with me for many, just know that it meant a lot, and it will continue to mean a lot. Thank you so much for being there with me for through all the growing pains, from learning how to do this YouTube thing to never quite nailing it perfectly, never quite being the smooth media personality that so many other board game YouTubers are. This guy who's stumbling over his words and using ums and trying to remember the game names that he covers. I mean, if you were watching the unboxing prior to this, then you were like, really? He forgot Viticulture, like Stonemeyer's third or fourth most popular title now? Just a guy who stumbles over his words, but like never ever faked the excitement that I had for what I was talking about. If I was a little cool on something, I told you I was a little cool on it. There really haven't been that many. I mean, if I'm being honest, the one that I was coolest on was, Pendulum, and nothing wrong with Pendulum. It was more just the fact that real-time games don't feel good, and there is the timerless mode in that game, but I feel like it really thrives as a real-time game, and I've heard people that love the game tell me what they love about it, and like just that real-time aspect. And so like I really think just out of respect of the title, like I'm glad for the people that enjoy that timerless mode, but I feel like that's where it shines, and that's where it didn't work for me. But nonetheless, it was a great game, and really fun if you're into real-time games. And so what was cool is like, Jamie never ever asked for like fake enthusiasm. It was never about that. Like he never, I never got an email after the fact. I mean, I know he watched some of them. I'm sure he didn't watch anywhere close to all of them, or maybe most, I don't know. But it was always about honesty with you guys. And that was one of the things that really stuck with me. Didn't I already say that I was wrapping this up? I told you I don't have any idea what I'm doing, and just chalk this up as one more example. But like I've mentioned it before, there was a time where I got a review copy of a game. I don't recall what it is now, but the game got kind of beat up in making its way to me. And I did the unboxing, and I told Jamie, I was like, oh man, this really got beat up. And it was Tapestry. This kind of got beat up, and people are commenting on, how the cards slid around, and I felt bad that here's this title that Jamie designed and he's excited about, and excited to turn over to y'all, and now the conversation from some people was like about the way the game shipped. And I made a mistake, and I asked Jamie, do you want me to take this down? Do you want me to maybe get a replacement and do the unboxing again? And he said, no, I'm interested in your experience, and that's what the people that watch your videos deserve. They deserve to know how it worked. And he thanked me for that information, and he was working with Panda to see what they could do to prevent that from happening to anybody else. But it was right then and there that it really did strike me that it really was just about sharing the excitement. Never was there any pressure to, hey, paint this better than it is. Like I did cover some stuff that kind of made a little bit of noise or a little bit of uncertainty in terms of like the replacement cards for Viticulture World, and some people were upset that a board game was erasing history, as if a board game had the ability to do so, right? So we've faced some stuff, but through it all, Jamie was always about making sure that the experiences were captured, they were genuine. I wasn't allowed to artificially be hyped about something, because that's disingenuous. And it was very much when he talked to me about sponsoring the show, even before it was what it turned into with the mill. It was really just about wanting a voice that wasn't Stonemaier talking about Stonemaier. And ultimately, I think we accomplished that goal. I would have loved to have put together something more polished than ultimately it was, but this always has been a side gig, and that's kind of the energy that I had to put into it, despite having so many plans of grandeur. That's just another lesson that I learned along the road is sometimes it's not as beautiful as you would like it to be, but it is beautiful in its own right and becomes something special, just in the energy and time that you gave it. So thank you for the energy and time you gave me, for the encouragement when times were rough, for sharing the excitement when we had games to be excited about together, and just thank you to everyone who participated in this with me. It's going to be weird moving on without talking to you guys. Even though I'm talking to a camera, I always felt you guys on the other side. I always kind of felt like I was, I don't know, on a video call. I mean, I work. I feel like I'm looking into a camera. There's someone else looking back at me somewhere. And so to not be sitting across the table from you guys for a while is a little difficult in ways that I didn't expect it would be. And it's but man, there were some good times, and there will continue to be good times, both in front of the camera and a lot behind the camera. And so I'm going to say this maybe for the last time to y'all, but maybe not. Until the next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks for watching.